I'm Noah from American Muscle, and today we're looking at the PowerStop Z26 Street Warrior brake rotor pad and caliper kit for the front and rear of the 2011 to 2014 Mustang Standard GT V6. This is a complete kit that's perfect for someone who's looking to completely overhaul their Mustang's braking system with an upgraded kit. PowerStop really has simplified a brake job in terms of shopping for parts. We are looking at pads, rotors, and calipers front and back included with this kit. Now this is designed to go hand in hand with high horsepower setups and is a great way to increase stopping power. Another feature that you get with this kit is cross-drilled and slotted rotors, which is going to help keep your rotors cool while braking hard and avoid warping. And then you get these high quality shims, so your braking is silent because nobody likes loud brakes. We're looking at G3000 iron rotors with a silver zinc coating. These guys are strong and will stay looking great around the hub area where you normally see uncoated rotors rust and look horrible. Now the calipers are cast iron and then powder coated bright red to add a nice style point to your Mustang. This also means you don't have to deal with painting raw calipers, which in my opinion is a huge bonus. And then lastly, the brake pads are carbon fiber ceramic, so brake dust is kept to a minimum. And then to top it all off, the kit comes with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty as well, so you're safe from any manufacturing defects. This kit from PowerStop comes in right at the $1,000 price point. In terms of bang for your buck, this kit is going to be hard to beat price-wise when you consider that new painted calipers are included as well as upgraded rotors and pads. This is a bolt-on kit with everything included, so I'd say this is a fantastic investment to make for your Mustang. Installing this kit on your Mustang shouldn't be too much of a hassle for the average DIYer. This kit comes right in at 2 out of 3 ranges of difficulty, and it should take you about 2 hours to complete the full installation. Now, when replacing brake calipers, you're gonna need to bleed those brakes afterwards. When you're planning on doing this install, it's a good idea to get a friend available to give you a hand. Now, bleeding brakes is always easier with 2 people, but it is totally doable with just 1. Speaking of install, let's head over to the shop and get these on our Mustang.
For this install, you need a small pry bar, a 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, and 11 millimeter wrench, flathead screwdriver, caliper hanging tools, brake fluid, brake clean, the supplied brake grease, and also not shown be a lift and something to drain the brake fluid into. All right, today we're gonna be installing some brakes on our Mustang, so let's get started. All right, now we're in the back here. We're gonna take off our caliper. So we have 2 13 millimeter bolts holding on our caliper to our bracket. So we're gonna take our ratcheting wrench and take those off. All right, now we can take our caliper off. Grab a hanging tool. Just hang that up out of the way. We can also take our pads off while we're here. All right, now we can take our bracket off for our caliper. There are 2 15 millimeter bolts holding it on. All right, and now we can just take our rotor off. All right, now since we are replacing our calipers with this kit, what we have to do is disconnect our rear caliper. So we have a clip here holding on our parking brake, and then we have to remove it out of our lever here and then disconnect our line also. All right, we're gonna start off with taking our clip off, take a flathead screwdriver, just pry that off. All right, now we're gonna get a small pry bar. You go in between here, pry down our lever so we can release our cable. All right, now we just need to disconnect our brake line. It's a 13 millimeter bolt. And grab our ratcheting wrench, take that bolt out. Now we'll drip brake fluids. Just make sure you have a bucket or something underneath. All right, now we're gonna take our front brakes off. So to take our front caliper off, we're going to take a 12 millimeter ratcheting wrench and take our 2 bolts off. All right, now we're gonna take our two 12mm bolts off. All right, we can take our caliper off now. Grab a hanging tool. Just hang that up on our strut here. You can also take our pads off while we're here. All right, next we are going to take our caliper bracket off. That is these two 15mm bolts here. And then we can slide our rotor off. All right, now we're gonna take our front caliper off. This is also a 13mm bolt here. Just remember, this will drip brake fluid again. Have something underneath. All right, now you just repeat the same process for the other side, for the front and the rear. All right, now we're gonna get our new rotor on. Just make sure you have the right one. You will see that this one is labeled front driver's side. But first, before we put this on, we're just gonna grab some brake clean, clean off the surface of the rotor of any oil or debris that might be on there. All right, now we can install it on the car. All right, now we have our new front bracket. We're gonna install our new brake pad clips. All right, clips only go one way. Just make sure this flat part is on the outside. Simply just start on the outside, push it over, it'll click into place. All right, now we're gonna install our new bracket on our spindle using our factory 15mm bolts. Grab our ratcheting wrench and tighten them down. All right, now we can install our new pads. We're gonna take the supplied grease, just grease up where they're gonna go on our sliders. You'll see these will act like springs. Also, the one with the brake wear indicator will go on the inside. All right, now we're gonna install our new caliper. Just make sure you have the right one. The brake line connection's down here, bleeder's up top. All right, caliper gets held on with the supplied 14mm bolts. Grab our 14mm ratcheting wrench and tighten that down. If you need to, there is a bolt here, so you can grab it with a 17mm wrench and hold it still. All right, and now we can connect our brake line. Pop that off, get our factory bolt. Gonna get one of our supplied washers. Take this out of the way. Put our bolt through, and another washer, and thread it into our caliper. Grab our 13 wrench and tighten that down. All right, grab some brake clean and clean that off. Once we have all the other calipers on, we'll come back and bleed them. All right, now we're gonna get our rear rotor. You can see it is labeled rear driver's side. What we're gonna do is just get some brake clean, just clean off the surface of any oil or debris. All right, then we can install it on the car. All right, we're just gonna take our new clip, just push it on. All right, now we can install it on the car. All right, now we're gonna install our bracket onto our car using our factory 15mm bolts. All right, we'll grab our 15mm ratcheting wrench and tighten this down. All right, now we're gonna install our new pads. So we're just gonna grab our supplied brake grease, put them on the pads where they're gonna go along the clips. Once again, the one with the wear indicator will go on the inside. All right, now we're gonna install our new rear caliper. This is gonna be pretty hard to see just because it is behind everything, but we just need to reinstall our e-brake cable, just the opposite of how we took it off. And then we're going to do our brake line and our bolts. All right, we're gonna get our cable. We're gonna put it in here first, then we'll be able to pull down. All right, we'll take our clip, put it in here. Need to just give it a little tap. All right, then we can install it onto our bracket, and then we'll install our line. All right, we'll grab our 14mm ratcheting wrench and tighten them down. All right, now we can connect our line. Take our plug out, take that out. We're gonna take our factory bolt, one of our new washers, put that through, another washer, and thread that into our caliper. Take our 13mm ratcheting wrench, tighten that down. Then take some brake clean, clean that off. All right, now you can go ahead and do the same process on the other side for the front and the rear, and then we can bleed our brakes. All right, now we're gonna start the bleeding process. First thing we're gonna do is just top off our brake fluid. You're gonna need to do that throughout the bleeding process, just to make sure the reservoir is full, doesn't run dry. So we're gonna take our cap off, just pour a little bit in there. All right, now we're gonna start our bleeding process. Now you wanna start in the rear. We're just showing the front just because we can give you easier access to see. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the cap off, and we are going to use the buddy system. So basically we're gonna have someone in the car pumping up the brake pedal, and then when I say hold, they're gonna hold it. I'm gonna crack the bleeder loose, let some fluid come out, close it back up, have them pump the brake pedal back up again, and just repeat the process a few times until you don't see any air bubbles coming out. All right, now I just have a catch can just to catch the brake fluid. All the brake bleeders are gonna be 11mm wrenches. So I have 11mm wrench to break it free. So we're just gonna have our buddy get in the car and pump up the brakes now. Pump it up. Hold. Pump it up. Hold. Pump it up. Hold. One more time, pump it up. Hold. All right, now you just go ahead and do that for all the other 3 calipers. All right, now once you're done bleeding all the brakes, just make sure the fluid is topped off to the correct level, then reinstall your cap. All right, and that wraps up our install of our PowerStop Z26 Street Warrior brake rotor and pad and caliper kit for the front and rear of our 2011 and 2014 Mustang Standard GT and V6. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.